Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Welcome to Chris is Talking, and this is my weekly manga review for Nanatsu no Taizai. This is for chapter 197, titled Answers. First, I'd like to say for you guys who are brand new to my channel, welcome and do subscribe because I do regular manga, anime reviews, a few other nerd stuff as well, and some movie reviews and all some good stuff. So I'd like to see you guys come back and check out my future projects or even some of my old stuff. Annotations and stuff will be linked out throughout the video. So welcome, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and that like button. Second of all, yeah, this is a weekly manga review for Nanatsu no Taizai. Sorry I haven't done the past few ones, been issues at home, but now I can finally come back to it and do my regular reviews. As you see my playlist, you can see my other previous stuff there. So let's go where I left off. So now, 197. This chapter opens up with Howzer waking up, literally in a day in the life of Howzer kind of chapter, and I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty interesting. I wonder where this is going. Howzer's having a little time to shine, having his little moments, and Howzer is pretty hilarious because he's a simple guy. He's a simple guy with a big heart. And I love how this chapter acknowledged Howzer and his role that happened in the whole Fraudrin fight in Leonis after everything happened. And the King of Leonis himself even mentioned, look, we need a new captain of the Holy Knights. Right now, Gilfundal, we don't know where his whereabouts are. And so it can't be him. So we need somebody else. And the only person who is actually eligible or who actually has a part who could do well in this role is Howzer. And I was like, oh shit, I was actually really, really surprised. But when I really think about it, the setup was quite obvious. But so I was just thinking, he then gets his ass roasted. He got roasted by everyone. Everyone was roasting him, and I think it kind of took the piss slightly when they went for his hair. You could see it personally affected Howzer. It actually personally dug him deep, and he was like, "Oh, why? My hair? What does my hair have to do with anything?" So that was pretty hilarious. I have loads of comedy in this chapter. I really find it really cool. I also like that Hauser also mentioned that the reason why when he went to go see those people in Leonis, he actually wanted to go there to actually fix and rebuild the destruction that happened in the past and previous chapters during the fight with Fraudrin. And it turns out to be that things were actually fixed. And he's like, oh, it's all fixed. Like, how did the whole kingdom be fixed like so quickly and overnight? What the hell? Turns out Merlin, good old Merlin, the bloody fucking OP woman right there. Merlin, she actually made everything look like if things were fixed so that the people of Leonis can kind of calm them down and just make them a bit more at peace, because obviously a lot of shit has gone down, a lot of people died, and if not died, got turned into demons, and it's just some whole fuckery. So the least she could do is fix it. Obviously she could fix everything, but I think right now they need to conserve the energy as much as possible because the 10 Commandments are still about. So it's like, oh, what's kind of going on there? Talking about the 10 Commandments, she then also mentions that this is the moment to have all of the seven deadly sins together because shit is about to go down. The next uh field of war. The next place battlefield. Oh my god, what happened there? The next battlefield they're going to now is going to be in Camelot because that's where the rest of the 10 Commandments happen to be. So they need to get the seven deadly sins together because shit is about to get even worse. I mean, the fight they just had there was only Fraudrin. Obviously, Esquinor took out like Esterosa, which is one of the bigger threats, but that was Esquinor Esterosa by himself. With the rest of the 10 Commandments together, it's going to be an issue considering that like there's not enough seven deadly sins. There's not enough of the sins who are at that level to be able to take them out. Obviously, we know Meliodas is, we know Esquinor is, if it's during the day. We know Merlin is, and but right now it's kind of like Galfa, and we know Ban kind of is. If Ban goes for one of the mid-tier ones, or when it comes to fighting, that'd be fine. But I think this is the moment where they need to speak and actually make themselves have a battle plan, especially with the whole commandment. And I think Merlin and Meliodas will be the only ones to know what the commandments could be and how to avoid being affected by the 10 commandments during a fight, because it could just be that maybe they're fighting stronger but the commandments are really, really powerful. But anyways, we'll be getting to know more about that very, very soon, and we're on chapter 197, so I'm just going to call it out. Something big's going to happen in chapter 200. I can feel it. I wonder what's going to happen, but the way things are going on, it could have something to do with Galtha. Why Galtha? What the fuck was Galtha about in this chapter? What was he about? Like when Galtha was speaking, he was mentioning, "Oh, I am Galtha of seven deadly sins. I am Galtha of the lust." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Why is he repeating it?" And then once his shackles were undone, once he was free, he then changes it to what did he say? I am Galtha. of the Ten Commandments. Galfa was selfless. Cupin, whatever. But the way it was written shows is more like the demon speaking, because like anytime they've written the demons have spoken, they write not they write, but like how it's written, how the words and letters are written are always changed a bit to just make it look weird and just kind of more creepy. And boy, that panel looked creepy as shit. And I'm just like, Galfa, what's going on there? What is he going to be doing? Yeah, so some weird shit with Galfa. I'm sorry, quickly back to Merlin. Who got who loved it when Escanor and Merlin were together? Escanor's all there, just like, you liking that? You liking that Merlin giving her massages, kind of like switching around. It's hilarious. I don't know, man. I can't wait to see Escanor's voice and how he sounds in the anime. It's gonna be pretty cool. But I do like that very soon we're gonna have all of the seven deadly sins together. Gonna be epic as fuck. And I like how Escanor as well even tried to bloody mention to him Meliodas, just like he was doing some poems and some shit, and like he ended up mentioning to Meliodas, oh yeah, I like how like your rose is, and then he got stopped there, and Meliodas was like, stop where you are, don't finish that sentence, because I think no matter how much Meliodas has grown and how much like the relationship between him and Elizabeth has grown, he still doesn't want to be cheesy as corny as fuck. Their intimate relationship is not behind closed doors, but their freakiness is out in the open. But how they really are, how they feel for each other, it's just nice to just kind of keep it to themselves. And so yeah, but that was really nice touch. I also like the nice touch between Meliodas and Ban in this chapter, the fuck, in this chapter, and how Ban actually says to him, look, I'm sorry for how I spoke to you in the last chapter. Didn't say last chapter, but it was in the last chapter, and I didn't know how to react when I saw you come back, especially from the dead. And Merlin mentions about the connection that only them two could have, because only those two are cursed, and the cursed would understand each other. So a really nice little touch right there. Lastly, we then get sent to the fairy forest. And we see King is kind of naked and he's trying to do something. I don't know. He's trying to control a tree or something. It's not really too clear what he's trying to control, but I'm hoping he's trying to unlock a new form or mode that could make him at the tier that's strong enough to be able to take out the Ten Commandments, or at least strong enough as the rest of the seven deadly sins who are currently fighting. And we see, so which is really cool. I'm like, oh, please, King, please just get stronger, man. Like, at the beginning of Seven Deadly Sins, he was the coolest. He was there just with a sacred treasure, just being super epic and shit. And I was like, yes, King, yes. And he was definitely up there. And he's personally one of my favorite characters. But recently, as the rest of the characters have got stronger, King has kind of stayed the same, which is quite high up. But now we know power levels and numbers. King, he needs to kind of step his game up, especially with how strong these beasts and monsters and bad guys are becoming. So yeah, we need all the sins at their peak. Talking about at their peak, at the last panel page, we get to see Diane naked as well, and I think she's actually trying to master that earth dance that she was learning ages ago with Matrona, so that she can control the earth and shit, because this is an ability that she needs to be able to unlock properly, because boy, they need everything. They need to pull every single trick out of their hat that they can, so that they can win against this war. Because fuck, they are in a huge pile of shit. Now I know they have Merlin and Meliodas and Escanor, but at the same time, I don't think the rest of the Ten Commandments are going to be that weak, and I don't think they're going to just wait for them to come there. Like, some shit is going to go down. I really hope we get to see Arthur and like his other like samurai ninja guy. Like, I want to see him as well and see how they're connected to the story and that they weren't just randomly just put there. So yeah, this was a really good chapter. Plot progression, really good. I like the connections, the relationships. I like everything that's all in this. So this is a strong 7.5 out of 10, 2 and 8. I'm actually interested to see where this goes next week, how Galfar is going to react and what he's going to do, because what the fuck, that was a weird last panel of Galfar, and how the rest of the seven listens are going to react with Galfar once they see him come out. And is Galfar a good guy or a bad guy? I know he's in a weird grey area, but right now, with how everything is, Galfar needs to fucking decide, because Ban will take him out. I personally think Ban is going to kill him. I mean, there's a couple times when I thought Ban was going to kill Galfar, but the way things are going right now, I don't think Ban's going to have it. But anyways, what did you guys think of this chapter? Did you guys agree? Who do you think is going to take out Galfar? I know it sounds weird, but personally, I think Galfar needs to be taken out. Or do you think Galfar is just a good guy and he's, I don't know, do you think he's malfunctioning? Because he's not human. He's definitely not human. He's something else. So yeah, so that's my review of Nanatsu no Taizai chapter 197. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Do subscribe. Definitely hit that thumbs up if you did. And if you didn't like this video, let me know down in the comment box. In the comment box down below, so then I can try and make better videos and all that good stuff. And I hope to see you guys again in the next one. Have a great day. Chris is talking. Peace.